The New Orleans Saints had a very ugly 2012 season. You had the Bounty Gate scandal and its aftermath, the suspension of the general manager for a period of time during the season, the suspension of the head coach, Sean Payton, for all of the 2012 season. A lot of people perhaps were looking to a bit of a rebound for the New Orleans Saints in 2013, and rest assured they ultimately got it. It shows you, if nothing else, how important a head coach can be in terms of steady vision, direction, and leadership to an organization, and how important it is to have a franchise quarterback, because the New Orleans Saints did have a nice rebound season in 2013. Made the playoffs, won a road playoff game, played the Seahawks tough in the divisional round. It was a really nice rebound season. Rob Ryan was a bit of a godsend to the Saints organization with a defense that was historically bad in 2012. He came in and really righted the ship on that side of the ball, gave the Saints more balance as a football team, and helped them get to the divisional round of the playoffs. And for the New Orleans Saints, that's a good thing ultimately, because with head coach Sean Payton, in particular quarterback Drew Brees, as the window of opportunity and the amount of time that Drew Brees may have left in the NFL as a big-time elite starting quarterback starts to dwindle, the Saints find themselves in a win-now mindset, which means that they have to be aggressive in the offseason and free agency when they can, and also hit it and hit it right in the NFL draft. And from a draft standpoint, they've kind of been so-so over the past couple of years. So I thought it was really important for the New Orleans Saints to go out and really do a good job in this year's draft, get some help on both sides of the football, again, to kind of match that win-now type of mindset. Find those guys with big-time upside that could actually contribute immediately. Now, sure, they brought in the high-priced free agent safety Jairus Byrd, and that took one big need off of the table, a safety to complement Kenny Vaccaro, who was, a bit of a revelation as a rookie for this organization. But by and large, like I talked about in the draft preview video for the New Orleans Saints, there have been a couple of hits, been quite a few misses, and a lot of questions. Again, it was important for the Saints to get it right here in the 2014 NFL Draft. And all in all, I thought the Saints did a solid job in the draft based off of the picks they had and the situation that they were in. If you look at the results down in the description box down below, you can kind of see this bear out. I love the Saints' move of trading up from number 27 to number 20 to go get Brandin Cooks. Now, some people might say, well, that cost him a third-round pick, and it's a wide receiver. You already have Drew Brees. Did you really need to trade up to get a wide receiver? Yes, the New Orleans Saints did. I mean, you have Jimmy Graham in the fold, sure. You have an aging Marcus Colston, a fifth-round pick last year, and Kenny Stills, who had flashes, had moments. But you need more help for Drew Brees, and you need that type of Darren Sproles, Reggie Bush type of weapon, that guy that could do a lot of different things. And now Cooks obviously being a wide receiver, where those other two were running backs, no more Reggie Bush. And after this offseason now, no more Darren Sproles in the fold either. They needed a guy that could do some of those things out of the slot and all over the place in the passing game. And a guy like Brandin Cooks fits the bill perfectly. I love this pick for the New Orleans Saints. Then to be able to turn around and I thought get, okay value based off of the size, speed, athleticism, skill set that Stanley Jean-Baptiste, the corner from Nebraska, had to get him late in round number 2. Again, I look at a guy whose upside and athletic skills are off the charts, but a guy that frankly didn't play up to those measurables and skill sets, frankly was frustrating and inconsistent to watch, because he'd have flashes of moments of dominance and brilliance and then other flashes of moments of no physicality and just being along for the ride. I thought he was really good value, whereas Brandin Cooks was easily their best pick. I think a pick that could surprise is a fourth-round pick, Khairi Fortt, the inside linebacker from California. If they get this guy to stay healthy, I think he's a great fit on the inside of that 3-4 defensive scheme under defensive coordinator Rob Ryan. And that was a weakness for that Saints defense last year, was in their linebacking core, in particular on the inside. And a guy like Khairi Fortt, getting him in round number 4, I think he's a guy that could step in and contribute almost immediately. I think of Vinnie Sunseri, a guy that, might end up redshirting a good portion of 2014, so to speak, is a guy that could come in and be that 5 and 10 cent nickel dime type of safety, that third safety that every team needs to have to provide some depth behind a Vaccaro and behind a Jairus Byrd. But he's a guy that can maybe do some defending of tight ends and slot receivers. I like that pick for them as well. Some of the things I might second guess, maybe the fact that they didn't get a big physical wide receiver, something I think that's been missing from the Saints offense for years. I was a little surprised to see them wait until round number 6 to go address offensive tackle and outside linebacker. I thought you needed to get more help for Drew Brees up front on the offensive line, and they definitely needed another edge rusher, which you could always have more of those, I suppose, when you're running a 3-4 defense. But like I said, overall, it was a solid draft for the New Orleans Saints. It wasn't spectacular. Stanley Jean-Baptiste might not be a guy that contributes a whole lot as a rookie, so it might take him some time. But a guy like Brandin Cooks, I expect to come in and be able to contribute immediately, both as a slot receiver, maybe lining up some on the outside, and ultimately as a kick and punt returner as well. It was a C-plus draft to me, a little bit better than average for the Saints. But based off of the past few drafts, I like this draft a little bit more for New Orleans. Now, did it do enough to help them catch up with the Joneses, the San Franciscos, and the Seattles in the NFC? Ultimately, time will tell, but I like how they got aggressive. They went up and they got their guy, and only having to move up 7 picks to get Brandin Cooks, you only had to give up a third-round pick. I don't mean to diminish giving up a third-round pick, but to get a guy like that who was a talented, very talented receiver that really fits your system well, to not have to reach for him, to be able to trade up and get him that way, I thought was, again, a good move by the New Orleans Saints, and we'll see ultimately what happens with this organization in 2014.